Hi, everyone. I hope you are doing good and this week is treating you good so far. I want to start off by giving a special thank you, a special shout out to my amazing husband, who I think did an amazing job taking over Midweek Storytime last time. I really appreciate his unconditional love and endless support for WTH. And I think it was important to see what his perspective was. I think it's super important for us to be able to see, life through the eyes of others and be able to consider the feeling of others. During my infertility, as my husband mentioned, he made it a priority to figure out how to help me in this difficult time of mine. He explained how he needed to know his role, understand his role, and then embrace his role. And when he did that, he was able to help me, to be a partner that was effectively helping me. Not just thinking he was helping, but he was actually helping me. Unfortunately, I cannot say I did the same at the beginning. I really was selfish and I didn't care too much about his feelings because, let's be honest, I was the one with the diagnosis. I was the one who was told I wasn't good enough to be a mom on my own. I was, just in a really, really bad place. So why would his feelings even matter? I'm just being honest. It's not the right way to be. It's not the way to be in a marriage, but that's how I was. I couldn't care less about how he felt. I just wanted him to do his part, which was just get me pregnant, but my diagnosis and what I was going through was really affecting my husband. It made him sad. It hurt him. He also felt kind of used. He was suffering too. He went from having this very fun and outgoing, amazing wife to this very depressed, very down and dark and, gloomy type of wife. I didn't care really for romance. I just wanted to be pregnant. I didn't care to go out and have fun, so he was also being affected by it because of how I was being affected. So it brings me to say that it's important for us to learn and try to understand the feelings of others. Not only did my husband's story remind me of how important it is to be empathetic, but in the last month or so, my family and I have been going through a very difficult situation. I don't want to go into the details of that. I'll save that story for another day. But basically, me, my mom, and my aunt have had some very difficult decisions to make. We've had to sacrifice a lot. We've had a lot of stress and, sadness and hurt and just, it's just been really, really hard. And I remember telling my husband recently, my mom and aunt are stressing me out. Sorry, mom. Sorry, Titi. But they're stressing me out. They're annoying me because of how they were coping with the situation. And my husband had to remind me and say, not everyone copes with stress or with obstacles or difficulties the way you cope with it. So you need to be able to understand how they're coping and help them through that process and help them release some of that stress and help them cope in a more healthier manner. You should be there to help them, but you can't help them if you don't try to understand the way they cope with things. So I had to learn how to be empathetic and know that not everyone does it like me and that I'm not perfect and I don't have it all figured out. The way I tend to cope with very difficult situations is I tend to kind of shut down and ignore my feelings and kind of bury my feelings and just kind of become a little bit robotic and numb to the situation so that I could get things done. Things need to get done. Let's get it done. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep pushing. I guess that's cute for a little while. It's helpful a little bit, But then it comes to a point where you can't bury your feelings forever. You can't hide your feelings forever. You can't be a robot forever or be numb forever, because the feelings are there. I'm just refusing to acknowledge that they're there. So I've had to kind of learn how to cope a little bit better with difficult situations and not be so numb to things, because when I'm numb, then I'm not able to feel empathy towards other people and how they're dealing with the situation. So I managed to understand the situation from the eyes of everyone going through it, right? I tried to understand it through my mom's perspective, my aunt's perspective, and we were able to just work together as a team, because we really we only had each other or have each other for the situation. And, we got through it. And as a team, we made some difficult decisions. As a team, we made sacrifices, but we were able to come to a conclusion. And though things are not perfect, we still have some situations and things like that, but we're at peace. There's less stress, and we kind of just, praying for the best. So, I needed to really tone in, or really focus on empathy and understanding. And empathy is basically, the definition of empathy is just being able to look at something through someone else's eyes and try to understand the feelings of other people. So I realized that maybe it's not so easy for me to be empathetic. I work in the healthcare industry, and my patients are cancer patients. And sometimes I have to give them some really bad news. I'm the finance person. I'm the bad guy, But I do find myself being very empathetic and kind and patient with these patients, because I have close family members who are cancer survivors. So I can relate to the situation in a way. So therefore, it's easy for me to be empathetic. My aunt is a cancer survivor, but I'll save her story for another day. But it's important for us to not only be empathetic towards, our spouses or our partners or our friends and families, but it's important to be empathetic to the people around you in your community, to your coworkers, to your classmates, to the people around the world. And I ask myself, can I be empathetic, or can I show empathy to someone who's probably facing a situation I have nothing to do with? Can I be empathetic to people who've lost a mother or a very close friend or a spouse or a child to COVID-19? Can I be empathetic to all of the people who died because of this virus? Can I be empathetic towards the people suffering in Afghanistan right now? Can I be empathetic to the people who have lost their lives due to the injustice or the horrible way cops have abused their power and they died because of the color of their skin? Can I be empathetic to them? Because I'm not the same color. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's hard for us to be empathetic for situations that have nothing to do with us, that they don't touch our homes, they don't touch our close relatives. But I think if we were just to be empathetic and to show empathy and try to understand life through the eyes of others and their feelings, we will have a beautiful world. We don't all have to see eye to eye. I mean, we're so different, and God created us to be unique individuals, and that's the beauty of humanity. But we need to be able to understand and see each other's truths in order for us to heal together, to overcome together. Why is it so hard for us to care about the struggles of others, even though it has nothing to do with me? Right? Why do I have to care about homelessness? I got a home. I got a job. I have a couple dollars in the bank. Why I got to care about the homeless man in the corner who hasn't had something to eat in 7 days? We should. We should definitely be empathetic towards others and try to understand and do our best to help humanity. I don't have to solve world hunger to show empathy, right? But I could, while I'm driving and there's someone asking for food on the side of the road and I have like my lunch in my bag, I can hand them that, because you know what? I got a couple dollars. I could buy lunch when I get to work. It's one little step at a time, just spreading awareness on your Instagram, or reaching out to someone you haven't reached out in a long time who may be affected by something, or donating to a special cause, or volunteering at your local church or a shelter, there's just so many ways we can be empathetic to people around us. But I think it starts at home, right? I think we need to learn how to show empathy to the people closest to us, and we could kind of branch out and trickle out to the rest of the world. So, I really think if we could see life through each other's eyes and feel for the pain of others, the world would be a beautiful place. But until then, I think it starts with us. It starts with one person at a time. So really the moral of today's story is that we need more empathy. Let's try seeing life through the eyes of others. This will make you a more kind, loving, compassionate, and impactful person in this world. Take care. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.